In this video, we are gonna talk about UV master. So first of all, we have these two buttons, unwrap and unwrap all. Let's talk about them. So basically, these are the final buttons. So let me start from bottom to top to understand this better. First of all, we are gonna see these utilities. So there's a button called work on clones. It will clones your model so that you can work on a copy of it rather than the original. So it will protect your existing work. So like right now I have this demo head selected and this don't have any UVs, as you can see in here in UV map. You can see this MOV UV is grayed out. By the way, this is not the correct option to see the UVs. We'll talk about it later in this video. So if I click on this work on clone, you can see it has created a new tool for me with my demo head. Like it's not that same demo head, it's a clone version of it. So now I can work on this instead of my original. Next is this copy UVs. So what it will do, it will just copy my current UVs so it can be pasted to the same topology model if I have any in future. Paste UVs is like I can paste any UV in this if I have copied it earlier. Flatten is the, as I told that UV map is not the correct way to watch your UVs. Flatten it is. So flatten basically does like with this button you can watch your UVs. Right now this model don't have any UV. So after we unwrap this, we'll check its UVs from this flatten. Check seams is basically to display where the UV map seams appear on your model. So the model will be white and the seams that we have on a model will come as orange lines so we can see them better. We'll check after we unwrap this model, obviously. Clear maps erase any control painting. We'll talk about control painting later in this video. Load control map is basically like you can load any control painting you have saved earlier through ZBrush, and you can save your control painting through this button, save control map. These all are grayed out right now because right now we don't have any control paint or any unwrapping or any UV in this file. Here you can see enable control painting. Control painting is basically you can tell ZBrush that where you want the seams, which areas you want to protect of your model from seams and which areas you want seams to be appear. So if I click this control painting, you can see now I have enabled all these options: protect, attract and erase. So consider these as brushes. So protect is basically red brush. Wherever the red color appear or you brush with the protect selected, those areas will be protected from the seams. Like the ZBrush will try its best to avoid seams in that places. Like if I click this protect, and obviously I don't want any seam in front of the face, so I'll just paint this here. I have my symmetry on, by the way, and also make sure you don't have any subdivision levels on your model, otherwise this will not work. So yes, as you can see, I don't want any seams in ears also. Next is attract. Attract is basically you have to paint on the areas where you can have the seams. So basically it will be blue in color and ZBrush will try to put seams in that area only. So now if I click attract, and like I can have seams at the back of the head. I don't have any issue with that, and at the back of the back also. And here the seams can be visible, no issue. Okay, erase is basically the erase brush for these two. Like if you have erase brush selected, then you can erase these you can erase these attract or protect brush strokes. Now all done. Let's first of all unwrap it. So this button will unwrap your current subtool and this button will unwrap your all visible subtools. So let's go ahead and unwrap this. It will process, as you can see on top. Okay, so now we have a model unwrapped. Let's flatten it. So this is the UVs. Right now you can see this is not very good. We can obviously optimize it and create something better than this. So let's unflatten this first of all and click on our brushes again. So we have to give it a little circular region to put seams so the neck can be a different island. It's the best time to discuss these buttons. Symmetry, if you turn it on, your unwrap UV unwrap will be symmetrical. Like ZBrush will try its best to keep your unwrap symmetrical. Polygroups is like if you turn it on and if you have like polygroups in your model, like this face is of different polygroup and this is of different polygroup, then ZBrush will create different islands for different polygroups in UV unwrapping. Use existing UV seams. You have to basically turn it on before importing any model which already have UVs and you want to protect them. So now let me turn off polygroups because this right now don't have any polygroup, and turn on symmetry and use existing UV seams also don't make sense here because this is not unwrapped. Now let me paint some more attract points for ZBrush to work with, like this or this, and yes, basically that's all. And now unwrap it once again. Okay, now let's check our UVs. So as you can see, this is the UVs the ZBrush has created for us. You can see this is pretty symmetrical, and yeah, these UVs, I don't think these are that bad. Although if I have to unwrap it properly, then I'll go to attract and put a seam near the eyes and separate out the eyes, near the nose as well, and I want the lips also to be separated. Now if I unwrap it and check it, okay, I guess I have to fill that. These colors are so vibrant that it make my eyes hurt sometimes. Okay, now let's try to unwrap it once again. Okay, now let's check these. All right, so now we have different type of UV unwrapping, but you got the point. Like you can spend your time here to make the unwrap look good. So ZBrush will help you UV unwrap your high dense sculpt also. So you can go on to the texture part without having the all process of retopologizing it and taking it to the another software and wrapping it there. So these are what these options do. I think I have left with these density we haven't talked about, and this attract from ambient occlusion we haven't talked about. So let's talk about them right now. Let me first of all erase all these maps with these clear maps. As you can see, all my painting has gone. Now attract from ambient occlusion, what it does, it will set attract points of paint attract brush to the surfaces of the model which are not that visible, like with the help of the ambient occlusion of this model. If I click this, as you can see, the inside of the eyes, the inside of the ears, the inside of the mouth, little bit of these where the shadows are there, basically with the help of ambient occlusion, you got the point, it will set the attract points there. This density, let's talk about the density now. So what it does, it basically controls the texture density of your unwrap. So like I want more details here in front of my face, so I will took the density and make it to the 4, and make sure to set this toggle button to X is basically the high density, and this slash basically represent the reduction of density. So if I click on X, you can see, and I have its density selected to 4, which is the highest. So if I paint right now here, you can see it's of this color, the green one. And if I take the density lower to, let's say 1.9 something, and I paint, it has light green color in it. So it shows that my this part of my unwrap will have the high density, the texture density I'm talking about, and this will have lower texture density. So it does that. And if I switch it to slash button and set it to 4, it's blue in color, which is more low density than this light green. So make sure to keep this symbol correct, and these are the template for it. Like 1 means normal density, so if I select 1 and paint, it will reset all the things. So into 2 is x into 2, into 3 is x into 3, and into 4 is x into 4, same slash 2 slash 3 and slash 4. Now let's check our utilities button, as now we have some UVs of for this model. As you can see, if I have flattened them, this is the UVs. There's a single line running through back of the head of this model, but let's check for the functionality of that button. This check seams button, I have told that, as you can see, your model is white and your UV line that the ZBrush has created as per your paintings will be appear in orange color, and as you can see, the line is running through the back of its head. Now I guess we have checked all these. So yeah, basically this is it for UV master, and I'll see you in the next video.